Are you born? Hi, I'm Libby. Welcome to Lanka Living and Yoga. Tonight we prepare ourselves for rest and we dedicate this time to calming down the nervous system, all the thoughts that are running around. We put a pause on it and we allow ourselves to properly rest, repair, and restore our energy for the day to come. Come with me now. We'll start in mountain pose at the back of our mat. Stand tall in mountain pose. Ground down through the legs, feeling that figure eight of energy going down and then circling back up, lifting you nice and tall. Let's inhale, extended mountain pose, and bring the hands in to prayer position at heart center. Ground down again, connect with breath, soften your gaze, and even close down the eyes. Let's take a moment here to give thanks for the time that we've dedicated to our practice, for the cycle of day and night, and for this opportunity here to prepare for rest. Connect with breath. Feel the back of the rib cage. Feel the sensations as it expands. And then that relaxing feeling as it releases. 2 more breaths here. Let's inhale again, taking hands to extended mountain pose. Push through the fingertips, feeling that stretch down the side body. And exhale this time, we forward fold, taking the heels out to hip width distance if they're not there already, and letting the full weight of the head drop into ragdoll. Take your elbows into your hands. Breathe deeply. Soften the knees. Bend as generously as you need to allow the lower back to really stretch out. Relax. Let the blood come down to the head in this inversion. Feel heavy. One more breath. Inhale, press up to a flat back, and then exhale, walking out now to downward facing dog. Let's press through the heel of the hand, the heel of the feet, lifting the tailbone up towards the sky, rolling the shoulders down. Again, letting the weight of the head come heavy and fall in between your arms. Rotating the elbows so that the eye of the elbow is turning inwards towards the front of the room. 3 deep breaths here. We lower to our mat, and if a towel is available, we can pop that underneath our knees. And if not, we just move on without. Inhale to prepare. Let's take the right foot forward into a low lunge. Exhale. And gently soften into this position. Knee is over heel, so creep the toes forward if you need to, just a little. And then allow that knee to really sit in the armpit there, to allow the hands to comfortably come down to the mat, or simply pressing into the mat with your fingertips. Either way, we're reaching out long through the crown of the head, and we're softening every muscle in our body with every exhale. One more breath here. Let's heel toe now that right foot off the mat and move into lizard pose. Pushing through the heels of the hands in the mat now, or replacing the hands with the elbows. You can even interlace your fingers if you like to create a little pillow and rest your forehead. 3 deep breaths here. Option to rock a little bit side to side, helping to release any tension through that hip space. Come back up onto your hands if you're not there already, and let's heel toe this one now all the way across to the other side of the mat. And we're going to let the knee come in to a half pigeon pose here. 90-degree angle, or tucking in that heel just a touch. We're going to lean forward here. Option to come down onto the elbows again, always creating or maintaining that beautiful space between the shoulders and the ears. Option to bring the hands together again for a little pillow for your head, or even bring the elbows out and rest your cheek on your hands. 3 deep, nourishing breaths here. Coming back up onto your hands, we come back to our all fours position, and we lower the elbows, creep the hands forward into puppy pose. You can take the hips back a little bit, and exhale, we take the chest, the forehead all the way to the ground. Knees and arms are aligned like 2 railway tracks. Shoulders rolled back. Opening your heart space, gently resting the forehead on the ground. Breathe deeply, 3 deep breaths. Inhaling to come back up to all fours, and then we exhale, bringing the left leg forward into a low lunge. Again, creeping forward that foot so that there's a 90-degree angle with the legs, and tucking that knee into your armpit there, releasing the arms to the ground or on fingertips. And relaxing into this stretch. 3 deep breaths. Long neck, rolling the shoulders back. Let's heel toe that foot now off to the left side of the mat. Pushing forward, lifting the chest. Alternatively coming down onto the elbows. Creating a pillow for your head or for your cheek. Option to gently rock side to side, opening up the hip space. Coming back up onto your hands, if you're not there already, we heel toe now, your foot across the mat, lowering that knee to come into half pigeon. We creep the hands forward, lower the elbows. Option to create a little pillow with your hands and to rest your cheek all the way down if you like. And if doing so, perhaps rest the opposite cheek. Just to let the neck stretch out in a different way. 3 deep breaths. Let's come back up onto all fours and come back to our tabletop position. This time opening up the knees as wide as the mat, and we push back into child's pose. Settle into child's pose here. Breathe deeply. 3 breaths. Let the forehead rest onto the mat. Relax deeply. Feel the back of the rib cage with every inhale and feel the sensations as you exhale and soften. Let's come back up onto all fours and help ourselves into a seated, comfortable position, Sukhasana. If you like, you can actually fold the towel up and place it under your hips at the back to sit a little bit taller so that you're really comfortable. It helps you to bring those hips up, roll them forward, and to allow the knees to drop further down to the mat. In this position now, let's inhale, taking the hands up to the sky, the left hand that is, and crossing it over the right for a seated spinal twist. 3 deep breaths. Coming back to center, we take the right hand up to the sky and cross that over the left side. We twist to the back of our space and breathe. 3 deep breaths. Center. Let's take the right foot out and extend it to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, we lift the left hand, and exhale, we cross it over to the outside of the right leg. Inhale, we reach tall. And exhale, we let that hand travel down the outside of the leg as far as it will go. With every inhale, we reach out through the crown of the head. And with every exhale, we deepen. 3 more breaths here. And we come back to center. Let's tuck this leg now in behind so that the heel is behind the buttocks. And we're just going to lean back on our fingers and allow a nice stretch to start to come through the front of our thigh there. You can wiggle forward a little bit and even come down onto the elbows if that is available to you. Pushing up through that open hip there. 3 deep breaths. Pressing the knee down into the mat. That encourages then the hips to rise higher towards the sky. Very gently helping yourself back up. We go to the other side, bringing your legs in, extending the left leg out now, sitting up nice and tall on those sit bones. Inhale, we take the right hand high, and exhale, we let it cross over the left on the outside. Inhale, we sit up tall once more, and exhale, we start the journey down the leg. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale. 3 more deep breaths here. And we come back to center. Let's tuck in the left heel now behind our buttocks. Shift the hips forward if needed and take the hands behind us, pushing that hip up towards the sky, pressing that knee down into the mat. Option to come down onto your elbows and breathe deeply. Opening up that hip. Ever so gently helping yourself back up and coming back to center. Let's inhale, sitting up nice and tall now, creating length from our base all the way through the crown of the head. Inhale, take the right hand up to the sky, let it fall and rest onto the left ear. Inhale, we lift higher, and exhale, we gently encourage the right ear down to the right shoulder. And even perhaps taking the left hand towards the mat to just open up that neck space. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, we come up and release, and exhale. Inhale, lifting the left hand up this time. Exhale, let it drop and rest on your head. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall, and exhale. We're going to encourage now the left ear, to the left side. Option to take that hand, the opposite hand to the mat, and really focus on opening up across the chest and the neck space. 2 more breaths here. And coming back to center. Let's just let the hands rest gently now onto the knees. Turn the palms up, and we're going to bring our hands into a Chitmaya mudra. We bring in the index finger and we connect it with the thumb. Let's turn our mudra so that it faces the earth. Sit up nice and tall and feel the connection between the index finger and the thumb and the closeness to the earth, helping us to feel grounded, secure, and at ease. Let's take a few moments here with closing down of the eyes, or just allowing your gaze to soften a few feet in front of the mat. Come back to your breath. Focus on the breath and the connection of the mudra. Relax. Let's release the mudra now. Cartwheel the hands over to come back to all fours. Gently tuck the toes, peel the hips under to come back to downward facing dog. We bring the hands in to meet the feet. Drop the head, bend the knees generously, and roll up very slowly, one vertebrae at a time. We bring our feet together. Inhale, extended mountain pose, bringing hands to heart center, and we face one another as a gesture of our recognition of this practice together. The light in I sees and acknowledges the light in you. I acknowledge your efforts to prepare for rest. And now I ask you to give yourself permission to rest fully. Let the body repair and renew itself for greater things to come. Namaste.